This is the growing national debt. You can see 1924 is where this starts. That's right after World War One. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
395 billion total debt there. I could tell you all kinds of stories about World War One, but it's a whole different rabbit hole that we're not going to traverse at this time. Now, here we are in 2024.
Wow.
35.46.
Let's just round it up to 36 trillion.
I mean, if you want to be fair and round it, it's 35, but
take
it a round up.
Well, I'm going to round it up because when you get to those kind of numbers, you cannot be accurate.
No.
I mean, we're sideways fucked over this.
Yeah.
This is not going to end well.
Yeah.
Jesus
That's the national
fucking
debt.
Christ.
Now, I was listening to a bunch of stuff on my nice long ride home that I have from work. And I got to thinking, and you hear every man, woman, and child is responsible for something like $300,000 of the national debt, et cetera.
Yeah.
And let me change the screen. This is why I need Jimmy. We need a background producer.
Yeah, well, we don't have the money for that.
I know. Jimmy's great. I love Jimmy. I just wanted to be here.
He'll be here soon enough.
So I was thinking about this, and I'm looking at this national debt, and something dawned on me. The national debt isn't ours. It's not yours or mine or you guys out there. It's not our debt. It's the debt of the government, which has spent this money, which they did not have to spend, and they continue to borrow, and they continue to take from us. And wait, what did I just say just now? They continue to take from us, which makes us, you're the finance guy. What's it called when you give somebody?
Creditor.
Oh, yeah.
We are the creditor. Yeah.
We're the creditor in this occasion, in this situation.
Yeah.
The national debt is there. The government can't owe any money to. Okay, think of it like this: you buy a car.
Yeah.
I'd go borrow from the bank. To buy that car, right? Do I owe the car company money for that car?
You owe the bank.
We're the bank.
Yeah, I know.
That's where
it's the three shell Monty.
Yes.
We've been playing this game since World War One. This is crazy.
No American citizen is responsible for the national debt. You are the creditors. We're the bank.
And this people are
every penny for this nation comes from us.
Hang on. This is going to piss off a lot of people.
Do it.
All right. Now, if we stop giving money to all of the countries in the world, right?
Oh, we're getting to that.
We stop giving it to UN and NATO. We got that. We cut a little bit back on the defense spending, and then we basically get rid of all the parasites that are, drawing funds from the government who never paid into it, and then basically don't allow any tax returns, no tax refunds from the government for about a decade. We could probably get the national debt paid down to about 12 trillion. That's about it.
If we cut the government down 90% back to where it should be, probably could do it a little faster or a little more.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say, though. We've allowed this to happen. Everyone was, so busy drinking their Bud Lights, watching the, professional sports, going to work, coming back. Occasionally you get your dick sucked, you get your dick wet, whatever.
Yeah.
And everything was rolling along. But in the background, we have this static of these corrupt individuals spending money we don't have that you never authorized to happen. And now we are going to have to pay for that at some point.
And they continue to take 22 to 30% of your paycheck, 40% of any bonuses or overtime that you make.
Correct.
I believe 40 to 45% of any, like if you get a stock, if you make it in the
capital
stocks,
gains.
Capital gains.
Same thing for real estate.
Inheritance taxes.
Which is, listen, they've already taxed the shit out of you. Whatever you have left when you decide to kick your air addiction should be left alone. That is just my opinion.
Yeah.
All right.
They want to remove the idea of inheritance. And I know I hammer on the classics a lot, but tonight's reading lesson, kiddies, is Plato's Republic, Book 1. Just the first book. It's only about 20 pages. You should be fine. Wherein you learn all about inheritance and why it's important.
Yep. Move it into a trust.
Yeah. Essentially, you can do precisely that. The U.S. has carried debt since its inception. Debts incurred during the American Revolutionary War amounted to over $75 million by January 1st, 1791. Over the next 45 years, the debt continued to grow until 1835, when it noticeably shrank due to the sale of federally owned lands and cuts to the federal budget. The Constitution specifies that the federal government shall not own lands except those necessary for military, naval bases, and Washington, D.C.
Correct.
The federal government is not allowed to own any land.
Was it Roosevelt who got around that by setting up the National Park System? Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm 100% behind the National Park System.
I love me some national parks. Yeah.
Because we're evil, hairless monkeys. We're slobs. And it is my opinion that some of these areas that are pristine need to be maintained.
But those should be run by the states. Quota est demonstrandum. The federal government fucks up everything it touches.
I can't argue with that because, when you look at the evidence, you're absolutely correct.
So, notable events triggering large spikes in the debt included the Afghanistan and Iraq wars, the 2008 Great Recession, and the COVID-19 pandemic. Why did that incur debt? Oh, that's right. The government paid for all of the
shots,
the ouchie stabbies,
all of the research.
Yeah, we got to be careful what word we use there.
Yes.
The ouchie stabbies. Federal debt trends over time. Just look at this. We started to pay the debt off. By Vietnam, we have paid off a huge amount of the debt. That's a balance.
We can't see the screen on there, bro.
I beg, what happened?
Are you trying to share the screen?
Oh, I didn't put the thing back on.
You didn't? Yeah,
I'm
the thing
sorry.
is not on. Yeah, there it is.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Jimmy's the guy we need for this stuff here.
Yeah, I got you. We'll get better.
I know. I'm just not as adept at it yet. So federal debt trends over time. But look at this. 1950s. Okay, that's World War I. Cost a lot of money.
That was what, 1915?
That's 1949.
That's World War II.
There. World War II, rather. World War II, rather. I misspoke. But from 62, right?
Uh-huh.
To 72, that's the big part of the Vietnam War. And look at, we paid down the national debt.
Mm-hmm. And we also had the Apollo missions going off, too.
Yeah. Yep.
And now look at it after that.
And then you hit, here's the Reagan years, and all of a sudden,
boom,
from 84 to 88, we're going up again.
Yep.
And then we hit the Kenyan Wonder.
Yeah.
And it just goes up.
Yeah.
And up and up and up. This is a crime.
But yeah, it's a crime.
It's literally a crime. It's RICO.
Well, it's a crime. Number two, what you're seeing there is debt from a certain party promising free shit to people to keep them voting them into office. Number one. Number two, the military industrial complex is off the chain. It needs to be reeled in.
Yes.
Okay. And on top of that, again, we have way too many parasites who haven't paid anything into the treasury of this country, but yet are taking from it, i.e. WIC, welfare, Section 8.
Yep.
Then you have child support, and Alice isn't horny any more money. And here's another case in point, child support. For every dollar that is collected in child support, $1 comes out of Social Security to reimburse the counties for collecting said child support. So that is yet another parasitic drain on our system.
Yes.
And you can thank all of the single mothers out there who want to be strong and independent, which is an illusion, while taking WIC, welfare, Section 8, and child support. Shut the hell up.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Popford supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.